運が悪かったんだよ、お前らは。
その様子じゃ、柏木に泣くまで怒られたって感じやな。
島野のおじき、
聞いたで。踊れの子分に手空いとるようやの、錦山。
せっかく風間のおやさんにいろいろと便宜を図ってもらったってのに、俺が不甲斐ないせいで。
やっぱりわしが思ってた通りや。風間っちゅう男もえげつないことをやりよるの。
どういうことです？
本気でお前を大事に育てる気やろうやったら、そんな連中選ぶはずないやろが。まあ嫌な思い散々させてお前が値上げるのを待っとるんやろな。
そんな。
これだけは覚えとけ。風間はな、桐生に組を持たせたいだけや。桐生のやったことは絶対許されへん。せやけどな、皮肉なもんやが、桐生の評判はすこぶるええで。まあ大物やったちゅうのはそれなりの貫禄がつくもんや。シャバに出た時はもうお前には手の届かんところにおるやろな。親殺しの外道でも貫禄さえつきゃそれなりに上になれるんがわしらの世界や。ひょっとすると目障りなくらいでかい組こしらえるかもしれん。
でも柏木さんは桐生が出てきたら俺の組で面倒見てやれって。
ドアホ、目覚ませ。面倒見られんのはお前の方や。まあでもそん時は桐生もやりづらいやろうからの。お前の扱いには困るはずや。人も殺せんガキが無理しても先はあらへん。仇にでもなれや。
Ironic, considering. I like that scene in particular because it's nice for Shimano to get some more screen time. It plays in... like, he's gaslighting fucking Nishiki that whole fucking scene. But it's nice having some scenes of Shimano building himself up as, like, being more of a behind-the-scenes kind of presence.
この入れ墨、死因は頭部挫傷および出血多量によるショック死。死体はコンクリートの重しをつけられて沈んでいた。かなりの拷問を受けている。
Is that like a real
な
thing?
んとも言えんが、ただこの入れ墨、水木の入れてた模様と一緒
I
に
don't know if like concrete shoes is like a real thing or not.
どうした？この辺りよく見てくれ。小さく歌って文字が見えないか。おお、こいつは二代目歌彫りの仕事だ。この彫り師は必ずどっかに自分の命を入れるんだ。じゃあこの死体の入れ墨もその彫り師が？ああ、俺の背中も彫ってくれた。占領通りとピンク通りの間の龍神会館にいるはずだ。写真の女が水木ならはるかには酷だ。
let's hide the truth from her, so that not only will she eventually find out and be devastated, but she'll feel betrayed because we kept the truth from her. That moment when they treat the child character as a child, and she's like, "What the fuck, you guys?" Yeah, I like a scene that has Shimano doing stuff that wasn't in the original game, but it plays into Shimano's character. Because you get this sense of like a history that isn't really delved into that much between Shimano and Kazama. So the fact that Shimano is interacting with Nishiki and like gaslighting him about Kazuma's intentions and motivations, it's a good scene for his character. Because like I said, like throughout the game so far, Shimano is more the antagonist of Kiryu's story than even Nishiki is. Something I'll get into. Like, when you think about who's really kind of responsible for all of the conflict and obstacles that Kiryu has to deal with throughout the game, it's mostly Shimano. I mean, Majima is a member of the Shimano family. He's the mad dog of Shimano. So having a scene where, like, Shimano is partially responsible for Nishiki ending up the way he did is a nice touch. Would have been nice to see a Michael Madsen voice that scene.
お久しぶりです。
おお、桐生か。
はい、先日出所してまいりました。
で、世良の葬式であの大暴れか。どうした？炭でも入れ直しに来たのか？
いえ。
この文様は月下美人だな。一年に一晩しか咲かねって花だ。
実はこの入れ墨、
俺が彫ったって言いてえのか？確かにこれは俺の文様だが、最近は真似するやつも多い。俺は彫った入れ墨は全部覚えてるんだ。こいつは俺じゃねえよ。
そうですか。
もしもし。おお、お前か。
Weirdly barren walls. In the original PS2 game, the wall had textures on it of different tattoo designs that he had designed throughout his years.
桐生だ。
久しぶりだ、兄弟。
どうして俺がここにいると？
情報ってのは権力の大きいところに集まるもんだ。
Or so he wants you to think.
欲しいと思った情報は大概手に入る。
水木の死体はもう見たか？
なんだと？
お前と差しで話がしたい。明日夜の10時、セレナで会おう。
桐生、背中の竜に色入れ直してやる。弱っちい竜じゃ今の錦山には勝てねえぜ。もう十何年も前か。お前は竜を、そして錦山は恋を背中に入れた。入れ墨ってのは背負ってるそいつ自身が光らせるもんでな。今錦山の背中はすげえ色に輝いてるはずだ。これでやっとあいつはお前と対等に張り合える。
俺と？
黄河を泳ぐ恋は山脈を経てやがて龍門に入る。龍門を登りきった恋は龍に生まれ変わるんだ。奴は龍門を登りきろうとしている。最後に龍になるためには お前という相手が必要なのかもしれねえな。
So that's actually one of the more important cutscenes in the game. There's a couple things it touches on. For one thing, he's referencing an old Japanese mythology about the koi fish that swims upstream and becomes a dragon. That's also the same myth or legend that inspired the Pokemon Magikarp and Gyarados. The reason Magikarp, the shitty fuckhouse Pokemon, becomes Gyarados, a really badass Pokemon, is because it's based on that legend of the carp swimming upstream and ascending to the heavens like a dragon. So all the Yakuza characters in the game, in the franchise, have really prominent back tattoos. In real life, Yakuza get tattoos, and that has a couple of different purposes. For one thing, as we saw in that cutscene, the way he was applying the tattoo was just kind of like stabbing him with the needle repeatedly. The way the tattoos are applied are still using like old school style of applying tattoos, not using the newfangled technology. Part of the reason is to like make a show that like they can endure the pain. It's that machismo thing of like, oh, getting a tattoo this way really sucks and really hurts. So it's to show like you're manly. I got the tattoo. I'm a badass. And as you know, the longer they're in the Yakuza, as their career develops, they get more and more tattoos. All over their body, all the way down to their wrists, their ankles, literal full body tattoos. That's why Yakuza infamously aren't allowed at public saunas, because they've got these like huge tattoos all over their body, and it would make, you know, other patrons uncomfortable and shit like that. So Yakuza will be barred from saunas because of their full body tattoos. In the game, in the Yakuza games, they almost no characters, I can't think of any off the top of my head, have real full body tattoos. Like what real life Yakuza have. They just have the back tattoo with a stylized design, like what Kiryu and Nishiki have. And it plays into the theme and story of those characters and of the games. It's a real anime kind of thing. Like, the tattoos aren't supposed to be realistic, they're not supposed to be accurate representations of real-life Yakuza things. They're supposed to be symbolic. It's supposed to play into the theme of a character's story, or what they represent as part of their own personal character journey. So it's taking something, you know, it's inspired by the fact that Yakuza in real life get full-body tattoos, but in the game, it's just the back tattoo, and it means something very different from what Yakuza tattoos in real life mean. For a lot of characters, it feels like they start from, here's what their tattoo is, and then they work backwards to make their story thematically appropriate to fit their tattoo. So the fact that Kiryu has a dragon tattoo is appropriate for his character because it's representative of his power and his ability as a force of nature type of character. Because particularly silver dragons, that's what dragons represent, like, in Eastern mythology. But he's also got that, like, wisdom. Like, Kiryu is gullible and stupid, but he has that kind of, like, that simple-minded wisdom to him. It's sort of supposed to be like the wisdom of nature, of a natural force that accepts its place and the way things are, and accepts the balance of the universe kind of thing. Whereas the koi fish, obviously, as they explained, is representative of that ambition to rise above your station and ascend to become a divine entity. So the fact that Kiryu is a dragon and Nishiki is the koi, the carp, is representative of the fact that Nishiki is not Kiryu's antagonist. Kiryu is Nishiki's antagonist. Kiryu is the final obstacle that Nishiki needs to overcome to fulfill his character story and his ambition. Nishiki's kind of, in the grand scheme of where the story ends up going, Nishiki's kind of fucking irrelevant as far as Kiryu's involvement in the plot is concerned. But Kiryu represents everything that Nishiki needs to overcome to become his own person. It is a very shonen anime kind of thing, where like you have to face him with a shining dragon on your back. Your tattoo's too weak. I gotta touch it up. Here comes another legendary moment. Are you ready for it?
なのに、なんで連れて行ってくれないの？私、お母さんに会いたいの。ここに遊びに来たんじゃないの。おい、はるか。このペンダントでしょ。このペンダントがみんな欲しいんでしょ。私なんてどうだっていいんでしょ。おじさんだってきっと100億円欲しいから私と。
Localized Yakuza for the West. Slap.
お母さんのこと教えてよ。何か知ってるんでしょ。
Localized Yakuza Ishin. Slap.
なんとか言いなさいよ。
はるか、キリュウはな、お前のお母さんが。うるせえ、言うな。
Oh, yeah, that totally doesn't give anything away.
今は俺を信じてくれ。
Why should I?
それしか言えない。
That's what she's thinking right now, right?
でも、私にはお母さんしかいないの。おじさんが勝手にするって言うなら、私もそうする。
Oh, Haruka, you're so cool. Haruka, why are you so cool? Why are you such a cool character? Find Haruka. The puppy. The puppy wants you to find Haruka. Trust is a two-way street, Kiryu. You can't ask her to trust you if you're not willing to trust her, which you clearly aren't. He's not seeing her as an equal partner yet. He's seeing her as a kid who needs to be protected, both in the physical sense and the emotional sense. Trying to protect her from the harsh truth of what the reality of the mystery they're wrapped up in is. And that's not an unreasonable perspective. I mean, Haruka's a child. She doesn't, like, it's not unreasonable to assume that she wouldn't have the emotional capacity to handle the shit that is going on. Kiryu can barely has the emotional capacity to handle this shit. But we've already seen aspects and of Haruka's personality and the interactions she's had with other characters that show she's got a lot more going for her than the traditional child character. So this is the first hurdle to the development of their relationship, is the fact that Kiryu does not see her as an equal. He sees her as a child who has to be sheltered. But, I mean, she is a child, and she doesn't have agency. She doesn't have the power to impose her will, onto the world, because physically speaking, she doesn't have that capability. But emotionally and mentally, she's very mature and very developed and on the ball and can take care of herself. It's just she can't protect herself physically. It's that division of character strength. A lot of character groups of trios will have that kind of division between them, where one character is strong in aspects of the mind. One character is a lot smarter. One character is strong in body, like they're physically very powerful. And one character will be strong in matters of the heart. They'll be the emotional core that keeps the group together and keeps everyone on the straight and narrow. But for characters that are a duo, like a dynamic duo, you get sort of the same thing, but the division is a lot less clean. But it's very clear that, in terms of their partnership, Kiryu is physically the powerhouse.
おい
And
お前少女を見なかったか
like he's got the what would you say?
小さな女の子を見なかったか
Like he doesn't have any airs about him, right? He's very true to himself in that way.
おい女の子を見なかったかどうなんだ
すいません。さっきまでここにいたんですが、スーツの男がさらっていきました。
どこに
Whereas Haruka is
どこかの公園とか。
sharp as a tack and very emotionally composed. But maybe is, you know... How would you say? Like, she has, like, a moral purity in both being a child character and in being a character who doesn't have any kind of baggage from being part of a criminal underground like Kiryu does. But she's you know, she's willing to get dirty. Oh. Like, she's willing to lie, and she's able to manipulate people by using the fact that people underestimate her to her advantage. And Kiryu's, like, they're both, like, Kiryu's also obviously willing to do some dark-ass shit in order to, like, in terms of the pragmatic, you know, solution to the problem they're dealing with. But it's almost like they kind of divide the moral... For fuck's sake. It's almost like they kind of divide the role of the heart between them, and there's just different, what would you say? Emphasis. Like, Kiryu is very abundantly the body. He's got the strength, and Haruka is really intelligent, considering. But they both kind of have the elements of the heart between them, but just with different strengths and weaknesses, so to speak. So the relationship can't really take hold until they're both willing to see each other as equals and are willing to depend on each other and trust each other. And right now, you know, trust is a two-way street. That's really what it comes down. Like, she's not being unreasonable in saying, you're not, you know, you're not keeping me informed. You're not telling me what's going on. We're supposed to be in this together. Fuck it. If you're just gonna run around and do whatever and leave me behind, then I'm gonna go too. I'm just gonna go do my thing. That's the first real obstacle they have to overcome before they can come together as partners.
はるかはどこだ
桐生さんに伊達刑事ですね。こちらもお迎えする準備が整ったところです。ご案内いたします。
And guess where we end up? That's right, back exactly where we started. Welcome to the PlayStation 2, motherfuckers. This is exactly where we started. Hooray.
どういうことだ
お入りになればわかりますよ。
Haruka ran outside and immediately got kidnapped. Oh, Haruka, honey, I hope you're not gonna develop a complex about this later in life from how many times you get fucking kidnapped. Because holy shit, girl. This is like, what, the third time? I think this is the third time so far in this game.
はるかは無事なんだろうな。はるか。くそ。
I have the power of gun.
和樹たちはどうした？
別室です。縛るくらいはしていますが、無事ですよ。
何者だお前ら。
それはやめておきましょう。お互いのためです。それより、お嬢さんが持っていたはずのペンダントは？お渡し願います。
渡せばはるかを返すんだな。
もちろんです。ストップ。そこで止まってください。ペンダントをこちらに投げてください。
はるか、すまない。伊達さん、無事か？いや、はるかが。くそ、浅井が腕を撃たれた。
This D-lister trying to pretend he's a C-lister. Whoa! They're just gonna jump down. Mysterious men. Top men. Wonder how they fare against my golden gun. Y'all bringing guns to a fist fight. I'm not gonna actually use this. Whoop. Oh, what the fuck even happened there, my dude? Oh, you guys trying to be cool with your guns. What? I love... Kiryu is like the opposite of Dante, right? Like, in a Devil May Cry cutscene, Dante will just tank, like, just get impaled 500 fucking times by a sword. And shoot and get shot and just brush it off like it ain't nothing. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Dante will just brush off getting stabbed and impaled and shot like it's nothing. But then, you know, the gameplay, it starts, and it's like... The gameplay starts, and it's like, oh shit, well now I actually, you know, am at risk of dying. With Kiryu, it's like, oh no, he pulled out a gun in a cutscene. Oh, thank goodness, it transitioned to gameplay. Now I can defeat this room full of armed men.
Omaeら どこの組織のもんだ？極道じゃねえな。なんでペンダントのことを知ってる？おい、答えろ！俺たちは
To be fair, if you're gonna be part of a duplicitous organization, you gotta be able to, like, keep your tongue tied over more than getting your hand stepped on, dude. Come on.
大丈夫だ。心配ないだろう。
おじさん、助けに来てくれたんだね。ごめんね、私が勝手なことばかりするから。
はるか、俺もお前に謝らなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。ちゃんと聞いてくれるか。水木、お前のお母さんな、もう死んでいたんだ。すまない。俺は助けることができなかった。ごめん。ごめんな、はるか。
See, what a fucking amazing character Haruka is. She's not just some kid character in the story. Oh, they're trying to kidnap the little girl. What's up with that? She's fucking amazing. He's telling her, yo, your mom died. It sucks. And she comforts him over it. Goddamn, look at this superhuman. Look at this fucking superhero. What is that shit?
そうですよ。俺らの方こそ銃向けられたっきり何もできませんでした。すみません。
Why don't you just transition into gameplay and beat them up? Idiots.
おう、このお嬢ちゃんが噂の子か。
あ
あ。嫌われちまったかな。
なあ、この子をしばらくかくまってほしいんだが。
わかったよ。でも、あんた
Yeah,
に
keeping
頼まれ
her
るとするの
over at the
妙な気分
bar
だな。
wasn't really working out. Also, Nishki's gonna show up and, stink up the
ここを好
joint.
きに使うといい。まあ、外見はちょいとあれだが。
But it does have this CRT.
恩に切る。ありがとう。
まあいいって。ここならヤクザも警察も攻めては来ねえ。安心していいぜ。
桐生、俺は一度署に戻る。明日は錦山と会うんだ。今日はもう休め。
Check out this CRT TV here. Plug in the Super Famicom. Play some games, play some retro games without any latency.
伊達さん、
須藤。
ここは世良の殺害現場です。四課の伊達さんが何か。
そうだな。邪魔したな。
10年前のあなたは私にとって目標だった。的確な捜査、周到な計画、そして事件への執着心。どれをとっても刑事として一流だった。それが今、あなたの行動が理解できません。
何が言いたい？
私はあなたとあなたの協力者を監視しています。これは忠告ですよ、先輩。
I wanted to be like you, senpai. I wanted you to notice me, senpai. But then I became evil. I'm going to be a boss. I guess. I'm rolling the dice by only saving over one save file. What if this footage gets fucked up? I'm gonna be screwed.
桐生、まだ錦山と会うまでは時間がある。はるかもいろいろあって辛かっただろうから、少しは気晴らしに行ってこい。
Why don't you go do some side quests with Haruka?
傷は浅い。
Ah, she'll walk off the bullet.
玉の遊びの方がいい薬になるさ。
She got shot and kidnapped for the third time. Today. She got shot in the arm. Yeah, just go out and have a night out on the town.
もう全然平気だよ。伊達さんも弾がかすっただけだから大丈夫って言ってた。
おいおい、それが刑事の言うセリフか？本当なら医者に見せるところだ。
きっとこんな経験したことのある子他にいないよね。ドラマのヒロインになったみたい。
ずいぶん肝っ玉が座ってんな。まああまり無茶するんじゃねえぞ。
了解。
God, Haruka, you're the best.
おじさん、私もう大丈夫だからどこか行きたい。
本当に大丈夫か？
元気だよ。腕も大丈夫だからね。
分かった。無理するなよ。
Let's go paint the town. Oh, fuck. Let's go paint the town red with this 8-year-old child. That'll be fun.
桐生さん、お暇なんですか？
Apparently.
まあな。
じゃあ面白い場所がありますね。中道通りと太平通りのぶつかる場所に宝くじ売り場があるんですわ。
宝くじじゃ気晴らしにならねえな。
いやいや、話はこれからです。そこの売り場の女に話しかけてみてください。もっと楽しい場所に案内してくれますぜ。
It's a strip show.
携帯電話持ってるのか？
Go with the 8-year-old.
周りにいたんだから。
なんだ。伊達さんが最近はガキでも持ってるなんて言ってたが、さすがにみんながみんなってわけじゃねえんだな。
クラスの子はみんな持ってるよ。放課後はいつもメールで待ち合わせしてたりするし。
え？文通でもしてるのか？
やだおじさん、メールも知らないの？さすがに。
Fuck off, boomer.
メールって手紙のことじゃねえのか？
Kitty, you fucking boomer. So, something that was in the original PS2 game that is in this game, but not during this part. They moved it, which is weird to me. Is you could go around the city with Haruka, and she would be like, "Oh, Oji-san, I want a rice ball from this convenience store," or "Oh, Oji-san, I want to get some ice cream from this place," or blah blah blah. And she would like stand in front of a always a good joke.
いや、買う。いや、俺は買わないが、買う人もいるんだ。
And here comes the punchline.
どういうこと？
なんて答えりいいんだ。
Where Haruka would basically be like, "I want to do this, do the thing, Kiryu," and then you would do it, and that would build up like a relationship meter with Haruka, a trust meter, and it would go from like F to triple S and stuff like that. And she would give you special Haruka items once you filled up her trust meter to a certain point, and they were pretty good, like, equip items, I think. Do I might have put them in the item box. Let me check. Mother... As I was saying, Haruka, I hope you enjoyed watching me have a fuck fight with the guy who kidnapped you, by the way. That's totally not disruptive to the story or anything. I believe... I should have them. Yeah, Haruka's amulet, Haruka's necklace. In the original PS2 game, those were really good, like, equip items. And then we got Haruka's candy, chocolate, lunchbox, first aid kit. So those would be the items that Haruka would give you as you build up her trust meter throughout the game. The weird thing is they took that out during this sequence. Like, it was permanently missable content because it was only available during this part of the game and a part later on. Like, only parts where you're running around the city with Haruka. Obviously. And if you missed out on it, then fuck you, you missed out. And that's one of the bad things about Yakuza on the PS2. But the weird fucking thing is, you can't do that stuff with Haruka. You can't build up Haruka's trust meter during this part of the game when you would do it with Haruka during the original game. So when I first played this, I was confused. I thought they removed it. I thought the trust meter wasn't in the game anymore. And all that. Look at this rubber band AI. Watch the mini-map. Watch the mini-map. Look at that. Look at that. Outrageous. Look at how fast she is when we're not looking. Look at her go. Look at that little bean run. Look at that bean. So there are Haruka exclusive sub-stories. Sub-stories that you can only do when running around the city with Haruka. There was one here that I thought you needed Haruka in order to complete, but he's not here right now, so I don't know what the deal with that is. Can I tell Haruka to fuck up? What's up with that? Oh, we're gonna do this first. The main story thing first. Because it shows Haruka being a pimp-ass G. Haruka's the coolest. This whole sequence, like everything that's been happening so far since Chapter 7 started, has been the... Like, the, look at what a cool fucking character Haruka is. So we're gonna let that take its course first. See, this having stuff in the main story dedicated to developing Kiryu and Haruka's relationship and having them fuck around town together makes sense.
手の込んだものを作るやつがいたもんだ。
いらっしゃいませ。
Well, obviously we're gonna play Koi Koi. Oh wait, no.
勝負。国の藩。お客さん、子連れかい？
社会勉強さ。迷惑か？
別に。
Money's money.
ただ。ここには子供料金なんてありませんぜ。入ります。さあ、張った張った。
じゃあ。
一斉のいい子だ。
じゃあ。
So pretty simple, easy to understand gambling game here. Throw dice in the bucket, bet on whether you think it's even or odd. It's one of those things where it's technically supposed to be 50-50, but it's actually not. It's actually not 50-50 at all. Because dice. But, during this sequence of the game, Kiryu trusts Haruka's instincts. So we're going with whatever Haruka says. And this plays into building up Haruka's character. She's got the street smarts. She's got good instincts about her. Because she's never, ever, ever wrong.
勝負小僧の長
よ
やるね入ります。さあ勝った
これは
長半駒揃いました。勝負16の半
うん
やるねやっぱりダメか。入ります。さあはったはった。
This goes on for a little bit too long, I think, but it's a good way to make a lot of money because man, you can just get the maximum payout on a guaranteed sure thing every single time.
6ゾロの長
よ
やるね入ります。
Like I said, it goes to show Haruka's character. She's in here in this fucking illegal underground gambling den. And she's making the good calls.
長半駒揃いました。勝負31の長やるね
And it's showing that Kiryu is starting to come around to trusting her.
ちょっと中座させてい
Because he keeps saying, I'll trust Haruka's hunch. Every time Haruka says something, he's just gonna go with it, unthinkingly. Because he's starting to trust her. It's starting to be...
私才能あるかも
starting to be a two-way street.
そうだな。
私のおかげで勝ったんだからね
I mean, like, it's a minor thing, seemingly, but it's representative of how their relationship is developing, and it's just a cool thing. It's a cool moment for Haruka.
勝負が近いもんで。さあ続いて参りましょう。入ります。勝負
次はね半
He hasn't even tossed the dice yet.
入ります。
I believe the trick here is... to not go with it anymore.
揃いました。勝負
Yeah.
26の長残念だった
Oh no, what could be happening? Haruka, you're losing your touch, right? No. How dare you say
お
that?
座りいただきましょうか。お客さん。
気安く触るな。
何しやがる。
Yeah.
邪魔すんじゃね
邪魔したな。
えよ。待ちやがれ。
おじさん
おい、あれ。
The weirdest weighed dice I've ever
随分変
seen.
わったサイコロだな。
イカ様じゃねえか。
どうなってんだこれ。ふざけやがって。おい出てこい。イカ様だ。つまみだぜ。
What a great fucking moment. This comedy duo. Haruka was wrong once, and immediately they're like, this is some bullshit. Fuck this, we're leaving. Guys all need to come to my daughter's dance recital and clap, damn it. Excuse you. Good sir. I still say it's fine because it's representative of, what a piece of shit the combat and battle system was in Yakuza 1. It's annoying, but it's annoying in a representative way. Because the combat in the original PS1 game was PS2 game was annoying too. Oh, you motherfucker. You gonna time your attacks to line up with my moment of vulnerability? How dare you? Yeah, Haruka, you just stand there in the corner. You're fine. That's a good spot. That's a good spot for a non-combatant to just hang out during a gambling hall brawl. A good old-fashioned gambling hall brawl. Pissing me off. This guy's got a higher health bar than the fucking dealer. What's with that? What makes him so special? Fucking. Do you see that shit where, like, I'm in the middle of a combo and he starts attacking me from behind in a way where it's like, well, fuck, I'm just fucked now. The fuckery has begun. Come here. Dumbass. So, we're getting a refund on those 7 chips that we lost, right?
ちょっと待った。もう勘弁してくれ。
さまあやらかした壺振りのけじめ。どこでも相場が決まってるもんだ。
いや、でもそれは。
お客人、大変失礼いたしました。手前、ここの仕切りをやらせていただいております。この壺振りは流れ物でして、どう知らぬこととはいえ、お詫びの言葉もございます。
You should vet your illegal underground gambling hall dealers, my good sir.
つけさせていただきますので。
そんな。
この後始末、手前どもにお任せいただけませんでしょうか。もちろん、ただでとは申しません。
俺たちも帰るとこだ。あとはあんたに任せるさ。
ご理解いただきありがとうございます。今後ともごひいきに。
Oh, we will, because, I mean, like, I'm in a New Game Plus and I have like 18 million yen, but in a standard game, Chohan, the dice game, is like the best way to farm for money in this fucking game. In almost all of the games. You can just get an obscene amount of money by doing Chohan, or whatever the game's fucking called. Shit. I think I fucked up the trigger. For, one of these... Yeah... I think I fucked up the trigger for this one. I needed to be further along with it than I got before I started running around with Haruka. I thought, like, that's a sub-story that you can only finish while you're running around with Haruka, and I think that I thought it had gotten to the point where it's like, well, you can't do it now, you have to have Haruka with you. But apparently I was mistaken. I'm gonna see if I can rectify that real quick. If it's gonna let me drop Haruka off and then pick her back up again before doing the rest of this story sequence. It's gonna find that out real quick. Excuse me. Swear to God, if Majima fucking jumps me when I'm trying to do this, I'm gonna fucking blow a gasket. Nope.
Kiryu, そろそろ時間だ。
No.
それにしてもキリュウ、お前10年前とあんまり変わってねえよ
な。Nope, I can't. Okay, fuck. Roll it back.